Hi, what's your name?
Susan Killam.
Susan Killam. Good to know you.
Good to know you.
So why don't we start off with you telling me a little bit about yourself? Give me a little background.
Okay, on the personal side, I love life. I enjoy people. I like to live my life adventurously, but without regrets. And I raise Highlander cats. On the professional side, I have a vast knowledge of the mortgage loan industry from end to end. Everything from loan prospecting to loan sales and securitization on the secondary and capital markets. It was because of this vast knowledge that I was able to become a very integral and instrumental part of many startup companies, and many of those companies today are viable and competitive on the marketplace.
That says a lot about your talents and skills. Startup companies need people that are highly capable, and usually they only work with the best people, so you must be one of the best people.
Well, I'd like to think so. Thank you.
Okay, now looking back on your career, there's always teams that you work with, and project teams, and people that are on your team. How would you describe your leadership style?
Well, I lead by example. I get my hands dirty. I work alongside my team members. I always try to make my decisions in a fair, humanistic, respectable manner. I subscribe to what I call the we win, I fail brand of leadership. And what that means is that when there's success, then I make sure that everybody on that team gets praised for that success. However, if there's problems, then I try to make sure that I'm the one that takes responsibility for the things that have gone, poorly. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't go internally and try to optimize the team for the next future successful opportunity that we have, but it's still a challenge because different people will take different information differently. Right. If that makes any sense. But what that means to me is that I can tell two people the same thing. One person's going to feel micromanaged, and the other person's going to feel like they didn't get any direction at all. Mm-hmm. So it becomes a challenge to try to find that key point, that key area in somebody that's going to motivate them and help optimize them so that they can realize their fullest potential and thus contribute successfully to the team.
Now, is there an accomplishment that stands out along the way? Something you're proud of?
Well, there are many. Would you like to hear about the time that I took an internal operations group and turned it into a world-class operations support team?
Sure.
Okay, well, this happened at Washington Mutual Bank, and there was a little-known application there. It was an electronic document management system. It was completely managed and sustained by contractors. Senior management hired me to do a department turnaround. So when I got there, the first thing that I did was I analyzed why were we so dependent upon these contractors. And what I discovered was that the full-time employees were unskilled and untrained in how to manage and maintain their system. So immediately I put together a cross-training strategy and a best practices policy. Now those two things combined helped to reduce the operating logs by 85% on errors. Okay. But the most important thing was it helped reduce our labor costs by 75%, and it restored pride of ownership for everybody in the bank.
Great. Why should a company hire you?
Well, I've managed all of my career. Like I said, I enjoy people. And I'm a visionary. I have a track record of leading and building technical teams. I can see the big picture, but I also manage the details well. And I enjoy collaboration and participation, which I think is essential in all companies that are matrix-oriented, more so than functional companies. But matrix companies require that you are participating and collaborating with every member on the team. And then I think that I'm also a very strong negotiator. I negotiated an enterprise level agreement with the vendor, which enabled us to do a complete platform technology refresh. And so we were able to go in and replace thick client technology with thin client technology, implement cutting edge software, implement cutting edge hardware, and by that we were able to reduce the technology footprint. And all of those factors combined helped enable us to increase our production by 328% and reach into 12 business lines within the bank. So, in my book, I believe that I'm a very valuable contributor to any company.
Very good, Susan. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.